Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away.
Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
The Steelers pick over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
1st and 10, here's Pickett.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
They run the play fake. Here's Pickett.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Levante David.
And the Bucs are going to take over at their own 41. Boy, Charles, you hate to see this for a rookie quarterback. You're hoping it doesn't shake his confidence, but that confidence, it might be shaken because that is 4 interceptions for him now in this ballgame.
It has to be shaken. Wouldn't be human if you weren't. Doesn't matter whether you're a rookie or a veteran. 4 interceptions, you're not sure what you're doing out there. So to me as a coaching staff, I would think very hard about getting him out and trying it again another day.
A very solid gain of 27.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Now Brady.
Looking for Godwin, but it's intercepted.
William Jackson with a pick.
And the Steelers are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. So that potentially an important takeaway here in this second quarter.
Because what it does is give their offense a chance to put a drive together. They've got nothing on the scoreboard so far, so you have to think that they need something before the break. And now they have an opportunity.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10.
And now here's another interception.
Mike Edwards picks it off.
A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Throwing now is Brady. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. The 4th touchdown pass of the game for Tom Brady.
And the Bucs continue to pull away here in this first half. Well, only the 2 catches for him thus far, CD, but both of them have resulted in touchdowns.
And I think he's on the bench right now, Brandon, smiling at his position coach and telling him, all those times you talked to us about efficiency, I'm living it right now.
Extra point up and good by Suckup. And the rout is on here in this first half. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away.
Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
On 2nd and inches.
Pickett.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Off play action. Pickett.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Jamel Dean. And the Buccaneers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. Play action. Now it's Brady. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Brady. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Jones.
And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Brady's throw taken in by Evans here.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. William Jackson with a pick.
And the Steelers are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Jamel Dean.
And the tough thing is when he goes back and reviews the film, he'll see that he already escaped the pocket. He could have gotten more himself by using his legs, and that might have been the better choice there instead of challenging the zone. A miscalculation on his part, and he pays for it with the interception.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
Otten brings it in over the middle.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. The final shot before half for Brady.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Not too many missteps in the red zone thus far. He was going for his 5th touchdown pass. His man couldn't shake free there, but boy, you know he's going to take another shot before this one's over.
Yeah, exactly, because you know 3 is good, 4 is excellent. You get 5, that's a whale of a game. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Buccaneers out on top. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come. Possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
He's got a man, complete.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
And I can't imagine this defense thought they'd see a play like this on 3rd and short. If you're going to beat a defense deep, you got to catch them when they're not expecting it. And that was the perfect time.
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Anthony Miller from 21 yards away. And the Steelers are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead now down to 20. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Now, they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
And you can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
Brady to throw on second down.
Crossing route, and he hits his man. It's Jones.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. They run straight ahead here with White.
And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
On second and 9, Brady.
He'll get that out to the flat to White. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. Now back to the ground game with White.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with second and a yard. They keep it on the ground. White again.
And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on third down. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
Brady to throw for it on 4th down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack.
And the Steelers are going to have it here just past the 25. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And, look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you had. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Trubisky. He's going to sling this deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
The Steelers send out their punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Taking it about the 16.
All told, a 54-yard punt, 13 on the return.
And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half.
3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Second and 10.
Brady. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. He's got a man complete.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. We keep waiting year after year to see signs of Tom Brady's arm strength deteriorating, but his message there, keep waiting.
They'll go up the middle with White. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
He's got it. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. 5 touchdown passes now for Tom Brady.
And the Buccaneers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here this fourth quarter.
Extra point put through by Succop. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away.
Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
He'll take it past the 40 to the 41, second down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 41-yard line.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Now Trubisky on first down, escaping the pressure right.
He's got this to Pickens.
And in for the Steelers touchdown.
George Pickens, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Steelers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Now a give up the middle. This is White, and he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. T.J. Watt in on the tackle.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Opting to run again here with White. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage. And now 3rd and 11 coming up. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by the linebacker, Miles Jack.
And the Steelers are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution. Even though the scoreboard is going against you, you want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play. I've got a good friend in football who always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
They go play action. Trubisky. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
He's going to take another shot here. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here we go. It's Trubisky on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Buccaneers defense holds, and they get the football back. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And it's starting to look like that 3-game losing streak is going to be a thing of the past here. Coming up 1st and 10 in the 4th quarter. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Brady going to look to throw.
On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Rolling to his left. Airing this one out for Evans. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick.
And the Steelers will take over here just shy of the 30.
What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. To throw again on 2nd down. Trubisky. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Bucs are going to take possession of the football. That had disaster written all over. You've got a right-handed quarterback, a rolling left, and throwing it pretty far downfield.
It's really difficult to do, to try and get your body twisted around into the proper position and get anything on the ball as you heave it downfield. And that's what it actually turns into, a heave. And that's not really a good throw, is it?
Not good, and we saw the result. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. So time has run out on what will be a Tampa Bay victory. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turn